guys, welcome back to Ang Tarot channel, and today we will do a whole different topic, not about love reading anymore. The question today we're gonna ask is which type of career path that you should follow. So this kind of reading for the ones who is very in vain of selecting the options about their career path because they're still foggy, they don't know what to do, or they may have some options in their mind but they have not yet made into the decision. So if you are the one who is willingly to know what kind of career you will end up with, you should end up with, so this is a reading for you. So after this video, if you want to do a private reading with me regards this topic to be more in-depth and details about which type of career, which kind of job that you should select, please feel free to contact me with all the information I provided in the description. Now in front of me there are 4 options, which is depends on the color shades of each pen. This is option number 1 with the green, option number 2 with the pink one, option number 3 with the yellow one, and option number 4, the last one, which is the orange. So please feel free to take a minute and choose the pile that calls you the most. Hello, pile number 1. Now we will go into the details of which type of career path that you should pursue. So I have here like this is from my Isis Egypt Oracle card. This is from the Goddess Power Oracle card. This is from the Chrysalis Tarot. This is from the Mucha Tarot. This is from the Botticelli Tarot. And final, this is from the Shadow Tarot Dark Volume Set 2 Tarot. So basically I will try to link all the keywords and traits and personalities of each card, and I will tell you depends on the characteristic of that job to really know which type of career that you should pursue. So for the Egyptian Oracle card, we have healing the divine masculine, Osiris rises. So dealing with Osiris, it means that if any of you guys really know about Egyptian mythology, Osiris is being killed by Set with his sorry about that, which is killed by his brother Set because out of jealousy, and he has been resurrected and being healed by the god, the mother of the god, which is Isis, and later Horus, which is their son, going to fight with Set for revenge for his father. So this is the kind of healing kind of energy, and also like doing the right things regards the result. Osiris is a very truthful person and a rightful pharaoh to the ancient Egypt, and he fights for the evil, which is Set. Regards that, he has to know the consequences that he might get being harmful or being killed. So the next card that we have observed here is in the Goddess Power Oracle, which talk about the Goddess Oshun. So let me read for you like what Goddess Oshun is all about, what type of advice that she can give to you in order to find out your most appropriate career. This is what it says. Sometimes you may fall prey to fears about whether you will get what you need, so you worry about money or love and you begin withholding. You might find yourself being overly restrictive and beginning to hoard for that proverbial rainy day. Do you know you cut off generous ocean's flow of potential when you allow yourself to be convinced there's not enough? So basically, Oshun is the goddess in the Yoruban civilization, which is the river goddess, and she represents the nourishment, healing, fertility, and prosperity. Reminds you that life herself is giving to you freely. So so we can see that there's a consistency here within the pile. Is one is talking about rising no matter what and resurrection, and the second one is about generosity, which is giving more and you will receiving more. And now we will look into the tarot cards, which is Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, the Dreamer, which is the Knight of Mirrors or Knight of Water, Maat, Justice. In the traditional tarot is justice, but Maat is a goddess in Egyptian civilization also, which is the goddess of the truth. Knight of Wands and also Five of Pentacles. So I think it's very clearly to see that this type of career is risky. Why I say that is risky? Because you have it all or you lose it all. And you, just like Osiris, fight to the end and then resurrected. You die and then you resurrected. You try and then you fail and then you will win again. It doesn't, this is not a type of career that is very balanced or very safe. You will have to have a very sharp mind and also gather the right energy and make a decision at the right time. This is a type of career that very related to kind of a stockholder, playing with the stock market, buying, selling stocks, predict how the stocks will go, predict the economic condition. Also, this is kind of career that is very related to kind of entertainment or kind of spiritual, which is giving first and then receive later. Of course, I cannot tell you don't expect receive anything, because that is just nonsense, because everyone doing a career just to receive something, maybe money, maybe mental, maybe relaxation, maybe peace of mind. But you have to give first. You have to take a risk to give and may lose what you have given, and then you will gain back. I see this is very likely type of a stockholder or the one who is constantly on the stock market, who analyze data in the stock market very well and just like right decision, right time, selling the stock at the low at the highest of the price, and then it's like you can foresee how the price of a stock of a company can grow. You are the one who is like, in my comparison, when Apple stock in the stock market, one stock $10 a share, and no one can predict that Apple will have a potential to grow into as you know, a very gigantic kind of brand like nowadays. But at that time, only $10 a share, you already see that, and you make this decision. And the more you are risky, which is the more stocks you buy, right now you may be a billionaire already. So yeah, this is a type of career that you should pursue. Risky, all or nothing. It may sound a little bit like a poker also, yeah, but let's just prove how sharp you are. And yeah, you really have like a poker face. I really can see it. It's like the client or the competitor or whoever deals the business with you never predicts what you're gonna do next, and you always convince them into making some kind of cooperation that sound like in both ways you will gain more kind of benefit. But trust me, that's the way that they try to tell to you, because in the end, I absolutely promise you that the most beneficial one is this kind of personality. It's like when the Miss World trying to say to me that how you are so beautiful, but look at her, she's Miss World. So it's like make the others one. You can call it fakeness, but yeah, that's just how it is. That's how they are successful. Like, yeah, you like they make you feel very validated, and then you will do whatever they want to be benefit for them. That's the kind of career, that's the kind of person that you are suitable with. That's the kind of career you should follow, you should pursue. So I will end part 5 number 1 here. Thank you guys for supporting me, and if you want to be deeper in more details about this, you know where to look at, which is the description. But for now, bye. Hi guys, from pile number 2. So for whoever chose this pink pen, here's the career path that you may should pursue. So right here I have the cards like from every deck that I have except for the Love Oracle decks. So the first one is from my Egypt Isis Oracle deck, which is Lady of the Stars. From the Power Goddess Power Oracle deck is Mama Killer, which is the moon. In my Chrysalis Tarot, there are 5 of spirals, which is 5 of wands in the traditional tarot cards. LP, the star. In my Mucha Tarot, there is 2 of pentacles, 10 of swords. And from my Botticelli this is temperance, and this is strength. And for my Shadow Tarot, which is the Empress and 2 of swords. So right off the bat, I have seen this kind of traits like from many people just surrounding me. Either you will embrace your career path as the empath or the healer in a kind of spiritual way, or if you are down to earth, like in the more realistic world, you will be a psychiatrist, like you really know each other person's mind and what is their problem, like in the kind of mental health, and you can totally have the way to help them, to heal them and to cure them with the kind of knowledge that you have. So Lady of the Stars, like speaking about that the person who really gives hope in the worst of time. So this lady is, when she reached down into the bottom, she always find a way or find a positive glimmer of hope just to rise up. And that is from the Isis ancient Egypt part of me. And I will read for you about Mama Killa from the Goddess Power Oracle deck to see what is she going to say to you. Mama Killa is the Incan goddess of the moon. The moon rules the night sky and returning full 30 times in a year. And she represents it is the time to plant, harvest, store food, and when to celebrate fertility. So it's really matched the kind of figure with the Empress, which is this card below. The Empress usually talks about like the woman figure, the type of housewife, or the one who is very caring, nurturing. Fertility, uh, like caring into the details, into the mental health, into like what is the basic needs of the people. And 2 of swords is you have to be very like balanced inside your soul, and also of course you have to be well in the mental health, so that only that you can cure other people and help healing others. So we have strength and temperance, which is very go well together in this kind of situation, because if you guys already know about tarot, strength talking about always depict like a woman tame the lion, but as you see, the woman try to tame a lion never use forces or kind of physical violence, but she rather use with her feminine energy and just try to make the lion obeys her. So you never treat people in a violently way, because you know everyone has a problem, minor or major, but you always try to heal them, just to sympathy with them, just to cure them, care about them, and just try to tame them down, and you most of the time is successful. And also combined with the temperance, which is very accurate, because in order to tame the lion, which is the wild beast, like the animals, like maybe one of the top in the food chain in a wildlife nature. So you gotta be very insistent, consistent, and very had a very large amount of temperance for them in order to cure them and tame them successfully. Five of spirals and LPs is talking about the things that you're dealing with when you are doing your job or doing your choice of career. Five of spirals or five of wands always talk about conflict, argument. You try to cure the conflict inside of each person's mind, or you always try to cure. Maybe you can be the marriage consultant or consultants, psychology consultants, or maybe you work for the HR assistant or HR manager. So you always try to tame the arguments down and to just try to solve the arguments between people to come up with a very peaceful resolution rather than to physical violent and maybe abusive and harmful to each others. And the stars, it very match with the card Lady of the Stars above, which is you always want to give people a second chance. You always want to give people hope that the situation can be turned around, and it shouldn't be in this kind of state, in this kind of bad state where physical violence and maybe harmful words can be spoken out. And the last two cards that we can encounter is the Two of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. But be careful that what you gain after you did your career or after you did your job may harm you back. Because okay, you cure people, you can totally cure yourself, of course, because you have a very healthy mental kind of state. But at sometimes you also have to deal with the negativity all the time. So make sure, try to cleanse yourself every day, meditate every day, try to keep your thinking positive. Don't bring back the negative energy into your daily life, and just try to balance work and your real life, because you are very has a very high tendency to accidentally bring those negativity into your personal traits. Well, that is for part number 2, and I hope you are happy with your reading. If you want to more in-depth reading, private reading about this topic, don't hesitate to contact me in the information in the description below. But for now, I see you guys later. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3 for who have chosen the yellow one. This is a reading for you. So right now I have like the cards from most of all of my decks, except for the Love Oracle decks. And this is the first card from the Isis Egypt deck, which is Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of light. So right off the bat, you have to work in group. You cannot work independently, or it's like you always have a sidekick, a supporter, a secretary, or a vice president, a consultant to support you in the kind of making decisions. From the power goddess power oracle card, we have Sophia, which is in the ancient Greek language, it represents the divine wisdom. So no doubtedly, you are born to be a leader, you are born to be a manager, or maybe you are born to be a truly high, having a knowledge in the highest level in some kind of categories, and you will be some kind of specialist, and you can consultant to other people about what you really know about in depth. It's like you're an expert, and you're an expert, and you are like a specialist about that field. And when you say something like knowledge or experience about those kind of fields, people will never ever gonna doubtful to you, because you build your reputation very well with those kind of knowledge in that category. And for the Chrysalis Tarot, I have Storyteller, the Hermit, Eight of Scrolls, which is Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot. For the Botticelli tarot cards, I have Two of Pentacles, King of Chalices, which is King of Cups. In the Mucha tarot, I have Three of Wands, Justice. And for the Book of Shadow, I have Seven of Chalices and Five of Swords. So let me see. I really think you're like an expert. It's like for example, you are a scientist, science expert, scientist, specialist in some kind of physical, maybe quantum, I don't know. But it's like you really master the knowledge in that category. And whenever people want some kind of advice from you from that category, they always look up to you. Yeah, I really think you are some kind of a specialist. But because you are some kind of specialist, so you have a lack of something to be complete. So that's why you have to work with other people, or at least you have to have a partner. You cannot do everything alone. At least one partner, one close partner, that is like being, for example, if you are a specialist, you have a very deep in mind about scientists, maybe you can create a whole new machine, like inventor. Maybe you are an inventor, but you do not know how to marketing or how to sell it to the potential customers, and that's why you need another one. You need another marketing manager or sales manager to help you to bring that product into the market. Someone who really has what you lack of, but you cannot fulfill that gap. But I really think that you are very highly knowledge. Maybe you're studying master also, master PhD in that kind of field. Hmm. You're a specialist. You work alone. But you like to work alone, but you cannot work alone. You are very, because this the hermit is talking about someone with a very highly deeply knowledge, really know what themselves really had to offer, but just cannot get that along with the society. And even sometimes I can say that is antisocial also by this Five of Swords also. Yep, kind of antisocial. But for this Seven of Chalices, like because you're so talented, it's like it's like for example, you're a technical, you are an engineer or a technical or whatever, like you may have some kind of innovative idea that can re-innovate a smartphone that we know right now. Maybe you're a second Steve Jobs. Every technology company, Samsung, Apple, Sony really wants to have you because, as you know, right now in the technology market, innovation is the key to be successful. Everybody wants you, and you have all the power to choose them. Yep, a specialist, a scientist, an expert in some kind of way, but right now I see is an expert in kind of technological way, a more technical, practical area. You are not a writer, you are not a dreamer, you're very practical. But somehow you are also very passionate about what you did. There's never enough knowledge of you from this category, and that's why you're always evolving while your competitor is always behind you. You are also a perfectionist. It's not easy to cooperate with you. You have to be feeling comfortable with that person or with that company in order to make a decision to become one of them. Sharp mind also, but not so good in the social kind of activities. So that's what I have for you from now. If you want to be more in depth with this kind of topics, don't feel hesitate to contact with me. Link in the description. You have all the contact and information right there. I will see you in the future. But for now, bye bye. Hello, welcome to pile number 4 for whoever of you pick the orange pen. So right here I will have all the cards for you, basically from all of my decks except for the Love Oracle cards. So in here from the Isis Egyptian Oracle card, I have Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception, and whoever knows about Egypt mythology, this is a son of Osiris and Isis, and he is the goddess of protection. And that is why I have his eye on my hand. The second one from the Goddess Power Oracle deck is Lakshmi, Fortune. I will read about her later for you to have a more in depth about what advice that she advised to you. And sorry about that. From the Botticelli Tarot cards, I have the Hermit, the Devil, Six of Pentacles from the Mucha Tarot, High Priestess from the Mucha Tarot, and from the Chrysalis Tarot I have Three of Swords, which is in the traditional tarot is the Three of Swords. Three of Stones in the traditional tarot is the Three of Pentacles, and two cards from the Book of Shadow tarot decks is Three of Wands and the Queen of Chalices. So basically when I try to link the traits and the characteristics between the cards to finalize my answer about which type of career you should pursue, customer service. That's the first one in my mind. Second is sales manager. Customer service, sales manager, marketing manager, or any kind of job in marketing field, any kind of job in sales field, customer service, or PR, public relations. Why I said that, you will know now. But let's first look at the first card, which is Eye of Horus. You can detect BS like from afar. I'm talking about maybe the trends. For example, if you're working in a marketing field, you may see the trend of how customer behaviors will be developed. So that in order we have a get a deep insight about customer behaviors in order that to try to plan a perfect marketing strategy. Or if talking about customer service, you always like provide what the customer needs and more, because you foresee their problem. You never like solve a problem like just for a short term only. For example, when the customer complain about something like for the quality, maybe you're working at a restaurant, you're the manager or you're customer service, you try to handle a complaint from a customer complains about the quality of the food, and then besides changing immediately a better plate for her, you also give her the voucher, the coupon in order to make her feel better, and you always use the sweetest voice ever to ask whether or not you are okay with the dish right now, because you want to make her feel validated. But that is why that is why the devil is here. Your true intention is always like to make the image of the company or the brand that you are working with is never gonna be get destroyed, or you always try to manipulate every other things just to get one foot ahead of everything else, in to be a trendsetter and to gain all the market share, gain all the potential, the newly potential that no one has ever seen before, maybe has to have and then will be beneficial for you the most. But I don't see most of them is about financial, because you tend to spend more than you're not careful in spending, so you couldn't be like working in a financial field, which is banker or CFO or accountant. You rather spend money just to gain more. And that's the mindset of the sales manager or the marketing manager or the customer service. You you really listen to people and really provide what people need and more, just like I say, because the Queen of Chalices is the one who really grow in her kind of emotion. That's why she can also easily detect others people's emotion and can be understand that behind those emotions, behind those behaviors, can lie down the core reason, the core intention. And every customer service agent needs to be deal with that core reason in order to fulfill customers satisfaction in the highest score. You seem very laid back, but actually you're not. You just want to picture that to everybody, how calm you are, just to scare everybody, every of your competitors. You never reveal your true feelings. Maybe that's also why the devil is here and the hermit is here. And people cannot predict you easily in the business world. That's why you are successful. You really know how to hurt the competitors by cooperating with them. When you cooperate with someone, this is somehow a little bit similar to one of the pile that I've seen. Maybe the first or the second pile. I don't remember. But yeah, if you cooperate with someone, obviously you are the one who benefit the most. But you always know how to tame people down, and they cannot argue with you like this is not fair or something. No, it's totally fair. They cannot argue you with that. And you always turning people's tears into something beneficial for you. Of course, crisis is bad, but when you have the crisis and you solve it very perfectly, your score, your brand image, your reputation even increase much more than ever before. But only if you know how to handle it, and you can totally handle it, because you are the high priestess who is very in depth of information, spiritual also, very strong sixth sense. Yeah. And I will read to you about Goddess Lakshmi to see if she has something to advise you about your career choice. So, Lakshmi. This is a goddess from Hindu, and she heralds a celebration of purpose, wisdom, and compassionate prosperity. All your experience and your skills are rich with meaning and purpose. As a result, you can expect to see evidence of this wealth in the world around you. You have the ability right now to create great success in your life, and what you have to offer has exalted value. You always can turn the worst of the situation into the better scenario, and you are a very successful manifestator. You always get what you want, but of course in a very good kind of behavior and chain of action, never by cheating or being fooling someone. And her message for you is: have you ever fallen prey to the idea that someone might take away what's yours? Or perhaps you think someone else's success or happiness means there will be less for you. You might not be conscious of this, but you feel that there is not enough to go around, not enough love, not enough money. You worry about growing old, missing out, and struggling for the resources you misperceive as limited. You might also feel miserly and stingy, afraid to share in case there will be nothing left. So in this kind of general message is, the more you share, the more sympathetic you feel with others, the more successful you are, and the more you learn from those behaviors of those people. And as you know, the more in this kind of career, the more you learn the information about each person, the better, and the more in depth that you will have uh, in the kind of your data, in the kind of your mindset, and you can deal with them easier. So that's all I have for you. And if you have like eager to have a private reading with me regards to this kind of topic, don't feel hesitate to click on the description and contact me with all the information I provided there. But for now, I will see you in the next time. Bye bye.